the what, why, who, how, where, and when of the Cornell archives. What are primary sources? According to the American Library Association, primary sources are the evidence of history, original records, or objects created by participants or observers at the time historical events occurred, or even well after events, as in memoirs and oral histories. Primary sources are important because they serve as the raw materials historians, genealogists, scholars, and other researchers use to interpret and analyze the past. Secondary sources are the works created by those researchers using the evidence found through primary sources. While the word primary source might be new to you, they include many things that are familiar, such as letters, manuscripts, diaries, journals, newspapers, maps, speeches, interviews, documents produced by government agencies, photographs, audio or video recordings, born digital items such as emails and digital photos, research data, and objects or artifacts such as works of art, buildings, and tools. Secondary sources take recognizable forms such as history books, textbooks, documentary films, and encyclopedias. In fact, one of the best ways to find primary sources is to look at the bibliographies within secondary sources. Finding the work they have cited is a good place to start. Why do libraries and archives collect primary sources? Primary sources tell the stories of the people who made and used them. They document the activities of people, organizations, and governments. They support a deeper and more accurate understanding of history by providing context for the time and place in which they were created. Often, these artifacts are unique and can yield information that isn't available in other resources. A genealogist might consult church records, which often document the births, marriages, and deaths of congregation members for vital statistics about their ancestors. A historian writing a biography of an abolitionist might look at correspondence for insight into their relationships with other members of the movement. A musicologist could study the annotations on a DJ's record collection to trace early influences on a musical genre. And a costume designer could look at photographs from a specific time period and culture to create historically accurate clothing. Who are we? As archivists at Cornell, we work to help students, faculty, researchers, journalists, film producers, and the public at large navigate through our archival collections. The two biggest archives on campus are the Division of Rare and Manuscript Collections, or RMC, at Kroc and Olin Library, and the Kheel Center for Labor Management Documentation and Archives at Catherwood Library and the ILR School. Some collection highlights from the Rare Books and Manuscript Archive include the Human Sexuality Collection, History of Science Collections, the Cornell Hip Hop Collection, Cornell University Archives, and the Fisk Icelandic Collection. The Kheel Center is one of the largest archives in the country that documents both labor and management history. Some of the Kheel Center's highlights include garment and textile worker unions, records from the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire in 1911, railroad unions, Martin Luther King Jr.'s favorite union, Local 1199, management theory and notable arbitrators, and the recent acquisition of the American Textile History Museum from Lowell, Massachusetts. To find out more information about our collections, please contact RMC at raref@cornell.edu and Kheel at keelref@cornell.edu. So, how can you find this material? A finding aid is a list that shows the organization of an archival collection. You can find them by clicking the Archival Guides link from the RMC homepage. Search or browse the collections. Finding aids for collections housed in both RMC and the Kheel Center can be found here. You will want to note which library houses the collection, as well as the box and folder numbers you want to request. Both RMC and Kheel are what is called closed stack libraries, which means that their holdings are not open to patrons to browse or select things. Since nothing can leave the building, RMC and Kheel each have reading rooms where researchers use material they have requested. All RMC requests are made electronically. From the catalog, enter the title of the collection. Click Request for Use in Reading Room. If you are ordering scans, choose Request Scanned. If you come across a collection located in ILR Library Kheel Center on the catalog, please copy the URL of the collection you are interested in and email keelref@cornell.edu with your research request to schedule an appointment or request scans. Where are we? The Kroc Library Rare and Manuscript Collections is located in the back of Olin Library and 2 floors underground. To get to the Kheel Center, enter the building on Tower Road between East Ave and Garden Ave in the middle of the block. The Kroc Library Reference Room and Reading Room are open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays. At 3:30 p.m., we stop holding items for patrons. The Exhibition Gallery is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. On select Saturdays during the fall and spring, our reading room is open from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. These days will be listed in the full hour section on our homepage. The address for RMC is Rare and Manuscript Collections, Cornell University 2B Carl A. Kroc Library, Ithaca, New York, 14853. The Kheel Center is open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays. If you need assistance, you can ask anyone at the front desk for help. The address for the Kheel Center for Labor Management Documentation and Archives is Kheel Center, 227 Ives Hall Tower Road, Ithaca, New York, 14853.